Hello dear viewer, and welcome to this showcase and review of Defender's Quest Valley of the Forgotten. I believe this is the DX edition. I bought it on Steam. It is normally $14.99. It does occasionally go on sale as far as I'm aware. The reviews are overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It is an older game. This version was released in 2012. The art is very different in the game from what you'd see in the cover image, I would say. It's definitely a lot more cartoony within the game. Other than that, what else parents should know? There are curse words occasionally. There's some adult humor occasionally. There's some blood in some of the cutscenes. Other than that, it's not really too bloody. There are undead creatures, magic, it's a fantasy tower defense game. And overall, I would say it probably warrants an age rating of teen for the previously mentioned reasons. And other than that, let's jump in. As you can see, I put in about 12 hours of work, and that let me finish the normal game difficulty. So this is the end of the game I did. But I only did the 1-star version. However, there is another ending. So there's another potential ending here. You also saw that there was a New Game Plus option in that save menu before. And so even once you've beaten the game, there's still more you can do, which is cool. Now, I'm using the arrow keys on my computer to navigate the map. However, if you want to navigate faster, you can left click and drag to scroll around the map faster, which is rather nice, And I had expected there'd be more levels and stuff over here, so kind of surprised I haven't seen any yet. Maybe that's a New Game Plus. They do say new characters and things. So, for now though, I'm reviewing what I've played, and what I have played has been very, very fun. Now, some things to note about the game. It's basically a tower defense RPG, right? So, you hire a roster of characters or find them throughout the game. Usually just one of each class is given to you, and then you can hire extras. They do level up, and with those level up points, you can choose how to spec the characters, what you want to give them. So like Slack was our first Berserker, and I basically focused on having him be consistent at dealing damage with his normal attack, but there are certain active abilities when he is boosted in battle that become active and will make him far more deadly. Also, the boosts themselves just up your stats, so that is a significant part of the strategy in this tower defense game, is figuring out which units are most useful to boost and when, and which abilities will help you out in certain situations. For example, these healers have the ability Ether Flash, which is their first boosted ability, basically. Their boost 2 ability. And that will remove, basically, cloaking from dark foes, and it makes them easier to hit as well. And the cooldown on it is pretty fast, so in general, it's probably better to upgrade Ether Flash than Holy Light, because you have to get to boost 4 to get to Holy Light anyway, and it does, not that much more damage. And it takes about, 3 times as long? Activate 4 times as long. So yes, that is one reason I expect Ether Flash more than Holy Light. Anyway, let us continue and actually show off the game. So, every map has casual, normal, advanced, and extreme difficulty levels. As you can see, the enemy levels over here do get boosted with that. You also have rewards for just clearing the map. You get a blue star. If you perfect it by not taking any damage on Azra, your main character, then you can get items or more scrap or more XP, stuff like that. So let's just begin. I am very over leveled for this. However, let's just put down Slack right now. We have him currently at this level. These are his current stats. 78, 1.8 is his attack radius. He has this attack speed, and so on and so forth. We are going to boost him, and as you can see, it highlights with green what he gets out of it. He gets this double hit ability where he can hit up to 2 foes with 2 attacks basically instantly. And you will also gain 23 attack power and some swiftness for attacking faster. So, you know, we're just going to boost him all the way to the end here. And yeah, that's a huge difference in quality and skill. So we're going to do this. The other really neat thing about Defender's Quest is you can change how fast everything moves on the map. So let's go back to 1. I need time to shoot lightning. So I'm just, you know, I'm going to slow it down so I can do my lightning best. Or, you know what, this is so easy, and I'm just grinding for XP and scrap. We do this. So it's kind of like the Bravely default of tower defense in a way. Ah, good times. And I only needed 1 tower so far. Perfect. And then we survived unharmed, so we get the perfect clear. So we get XP and scrap. Now, another nice thing to note is that even if you lose, you get like half the amount of XP and scrap that you would get from perfecting or clearing a map, which is also very nice because eventually the game does get a bit grindy, I would say in the middle. Usually when you hit, let me see, I think it was here, I had to go back and start doing like the 2-star or the advanced versions of the maps, get some more equipment and stuff, get some more scrap, and so on and so forth. Then I'd be able to jump to like here, and then I went back, etc., etc. But, as you may also notice, they have different enemies on these difficulties sometimes, or at least where they appear in the map. And those bonuses are not insignificant. This is a fact. But yeah, overall, I think they did a pretty good job on the game. The cutscenes happen, you know, once you clear certain maps or reach certain of these nodes, you'll get cutscenes. You can also go into places like towns. Enter. We can get weapons at these towns. Nothing here should be better than what I've got, except for, okay, I haven't finished equipping new swords on my friends. Fair enough. You can get armor, because your towers will be attacked. You will sometimes get various loogies and stuff hawked at you by those slugs and things. And the undead, well, they will just swipe at you. And it's not very nice of them. However, we can still recruit people. Now, once you've recruited 6 people, that seems to be the max of each class. It did seem to break the game when I tried to get a 7th, so don't do that. Just don't. But I can get another one. It randomizes the name. Let's get... what should we name you? How about Beatrice? That seems like a nice name, right? Maybe just Bia? Yeah, we'll go with Beatrice. So, you can also randomize the color palette. However, it seems to not always care what you do with the color palette. So let's do this. Oh, it cared that time. Good. But my previous 2 rangers, it changed their colors back to this kind of default color. So, sometimes that doesn't work out as well as you'd hope. Like on the healers, you can see the same thing. But you can actually just go back in. Let's leave. And check on our party, and then we can change their coloration and everything with the redesign button over here. And it shouldn't matter. It should not matter. We'll do that. There you go, Charlie. Now Charlie looks much different. Stalin, you were there first, so T'Challa, we will redesign. Let's give you the Black Panther armor. Right? What did that mean? It's as close as I can get to black there, I suppose. That. And yeah, there you go, T'Challa. Alright, so we've got that. Once again, I forgot to show you though, the various other things. Like, I haven't found books, but apparently that's a thing we can get in New Game Plus. We can check out new swords over here. Our berserkers don't use armor. They don't need it. They don't need it. They're evasive and they regenerate. So yeah, as you can see, it lets you know if all your stuff is equipped. Dragons don't need any equipment, etc., etc. So yeah, we're doing fine so far. Beatrice, let's see. Let's get you... Composite warbow looks to be my best current bow, so we'll give you that. And then, since we just recruited her, she's only at level 15. So we're just going to give her at least 1 rank and all of these skills. And then I have found, I really like the range focus on archers, or rangers, I should say. you know, rangers should range. That's kind of their benefit as a tower, is just having a much larger attack range than everything else. They can't hit anything in melee, which, you know, it could be better, I suppose, for them, but we'll do that. Other than that, what else? Each hired person you get does increase the cost to hire the next one. I think that was obvious when I went in there before, but may not have been. Now, as far as I'm aware, the final map node in the game currently is this cave. Yoink. We can't recruit anything but dragons here. So it is kind of interesting that each of the nodes has its own, you know, town, basically. Its own little recruitment pool and stuff to get. We can find a unique sword here, but it's 500,000 scrap. Scrap is money, and I do not have that much at the moment, and I'm sad about it. But yeah, overall, it feels like if you want to perfect everything, there is quite a bit of replayability. The story, once again, took me about 12 hours to get through. I believe I recorded everything I did other than a little bit of grinding before the end game to also just figure out, okay, what's kind of the best place to quickly grind. One thing I did note was it let me save my tower, my starting tower layout for the battle in this node. It did not let me do that in this node. So I don't know if that was a bug or I just, you know, got lucky and stuff. But usually, if you fail a mission and just retry it, it'll try to save that layout for you so you don't have to redo everything. But if you failed, you probably need to redo everything, so. Oh man. Good game, good game. I have enjoyed this time with Defender's Quest. And other than that, they do have little tips and tricks options for you here as well. There are bonus things. You can check out the movies. Let's check out the opening, shall we? My name is Azra, and if you want to hear me read all this, go back to the first episode. But as you can tell, the story, once again, for parents, it's rather dark. There's a reason this game, in my opinion, should be rated teen. You know, you get thrown in a pit, and then you come back to life after being thrown in a pit from being affected by plague and stuff. And there's undead zombies attacking you, and blah, blah, blah. I would say the writing is pretty good. It's especially strong with the characters. Like, each of the main characters you get. Slack, Keta. I changed your name, sir, to Oji-san because I thought it was hilarious. Marcos, Rena. And Fafnir, I changed your name from Niru. So, yes. I would say, once again, character writing, very good. Plot writing, I would say good. It doesn't always explain everything super well. You can absolutely figure out the story once you reach certain plot points and things like that. I don't want to ruin anything, but the game is old enough. There's probably no spoilers to anybody who'd enjoy this tower defense game. It is a gem, and I think the overwhelmingly positive reviews are accurate. That this is a good game. I don't know if for people who aren't fond of like replaying some of the older maps with just different enemies and different difficulties, they may not like that price point as much. But once again, like, I haven't even tried the New Game Plus yet, but it sounds like there's more to do in that. So if I went here, this is what it says it will have. New enemy types, new side quests, more powerful equipment, more journals, and all of that stuff. And apparently you can go freely back and forth between them at any time without losing anything. So, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good job of making a good game to me. I like that feature. But yeah, I don't know. Leave it in the comments below if you want to see me try New Game Plus, because I'd certainly be willing to do it. So other than that, what should new players know? I would say, once again, I like the game, personally. I'm a fan of tower defense games, and this one works very well. It's nice that they have the different speeds, so that if you want to kind of grind for XP and scrap, you can do that to make the game easier for yourself later. You don't do that too often in this game, but I did probably spend at least 1 or 2 hours of the game just to power up my characters in order to get to the next story node. So, there's a bit of that in there. which makes sense as an RPG to have some of that so that you can level up your characters and everything. Other than that, yeah, I would say if story is the only thing you're going to play this game for, maybe wait for it to go on sale. I'm not sure how often they're doing that since they are working on a sequel. So I hope that comes out soon, but I haven't seen much news of that. So we will see. We will see. Overall, I would say probably teenagers can play the game and you wouldn't have to worry about it. There are, once again, the curse words, the dark theming, magic, undead, that sort of thing. There's an evil wizard, and so on and so forth. So those are the things parents should be concerned about. And overall, it's not too violent. As you saw, like on 16 times speed, like the enemies just kind of explode and then turn into psionic energy for you to summon more units or boost your units with. And then other than that, yeah, you have your unique powers as Azra to shoot lightning and stuff or boost up your tower's attack speed, things like that. So overall, the game feels very good. I hope you, dear viewer, have enjoyed this showcase and review.